Hello, everyone. Welcome to the New Year's Day live stream. Um, this is the second go around. Um, Unfortunately, I couldn't, restore the first one, but yeah. Um, I want to go ahead and talk about the ahead and talk about the how the channel is going to uh, the stuff that I'm going to be doing on the channel this year. I'm going to be going extra hard on the channel this year. Um, and I may and I'm going to look and see if I can bring some guests to the channel. And also, this summer, I'm going to do live streams on TikTok, but it's only going to be during the summertime that I'll be doing that. And yeah, because again, like I said, we have to combat we have to combat the manosphere because if we don't combat the manosphere, then it's uh, then the men who listens to the manosphere is going to run amok on on women and stuff like that, because here's the thing, what they want is, you know women to, forget their intuition and stay with a man that doesn't love them. So I'm going to be doing my best to counter the manosphere, because at the end of the day, it needs to happen. And also on the now, I will be posting the my Patreon. That way, people can find the Patreon, and that's where we going to do movie nights over there. Um, and yeah, that's what's going on with the channel. This and I'm we're going to have during the last part of the year, we're going to be having we're going to have a the last live stream during the last live stream of the year, which is going to still happen it's going to happen in December, around Christmas time this year. Um, we can talk about anything, you know, that doesn't, you know, well, we can talk about anything. That's where we gonna cool down with the with the the stuff we usually do, and we can talk about just about anything there. So that's what we're doing. That's what's happening on this channel. And also, um, we will be. I will be. Um, reaching out to people and stuff like that, because I now see the only way, to combat what the manosphere is doing is to reach out to people before, they get caught in the web of the red pill, and maybe have a few people that got out of the red pill come on and speak about their experience. So yeah, that is what's going to happen on the channel. Um, but yeah, and now we can. Now I'm going to tell you what we're talking about tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about three different. Um, Tonight we're going to be talking about three different subjects. One of them is how do we combat the red pill, and to the women out there before the red pill it gets to them. Two, um, we're going to be talking about Venus Williams and her wedding. I want to congratulate Venus Williams on her on her marriage, and um, and then after that we will end it with final thoughts and everything. But yeah, let me and the link is in the chat. Um, yeah, because the I think these conversations needs to have, women involved in it too. Um, so yeah, like I said, the link is in the chat. But yeah, what I'm saying is this whole red pill philosophy stuff. It has created, what we see. Well, what we see that Floyd did down there in Brazil. And the thing of it is, it's sad, and once again, it proves that the red pill stuff, you know, it's really not good, you know. It really isn't. A happy 2026 drop dropping on line. Sorry. Uh, Thank you, Tal. Mm, uh, nice to see you again, and a happy 2026 to you too. But yeah, um, I think it's important to uh, talk about these things this year. Um, so whenever anyone is ready, um, we'll get started. We'll get Well, if anyone wants to come up, because you know these the two conversations, I believe I should get a woman's perspective about this. Again, the two main ones is going to be about how do we get to the women before the manosphere does. And we're going to be talking about not Serena Williams' wedding, but Venus Williams' wedding. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. How you doing, Cyber Dreams? And a happy new year to you too. Yeah, but yeah, because we have to, in my opinion, we have to warn, the women about the red pill and stuff like that. Even the younger generation, because once again, the younger women of this generation, they are the ones that the manosphere is looking to get with. And to me, that is the scary part. But yeah, like I said, and the link is in the chat. So I don't I don't I don't see this, you know, I don't do well age gets with a man who's listening to the red pill. Think about the think about the rates of black femicide that are happening. You cannot tell me that red that those men weren't listening to the red pill because all of the femicides that happened last year, and then not only that, but I read up about a a missing woman, and that missing woman was on the news, and the police think that she took her own life, and it was in Texas. Um, and the thing of it is the sad part about it is that I do not believe that she took her own life. I just don't. Um, but yeah, the main thing is that the the women who are out there, you know, we have to get this message out to them before the red pill dudes start to go ahead and get with them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but yeah, I want to get the women's perspective on this. So yeah, I put the link in the chat for those who wants to come up and and add their 2 cents. But yeah, while we're waiting, I'm gonna show you a sneak peek of what we're gonna be talking about next um next Saturday. Hold on. Let me show y'all. We're gonna be sorry guys. For some reason they ain't letting me show it. I'm gonna try again. Hang on. And this will happen next weekend.
In the Vincent Brown murder trial. After just 4 hours of deliberating, Brown was found guilty in the kidnapping and murder of his ex-girlfriend. Our Carson Chambers is at the courthouse. She joins us now live. And Carson, there was strong reaction following this verdict.
There was, and you can imagine her family sat in the courtroom day after day. They listened to the horrible details of the way she died. They saw very graphic photos that were presented during the course of this case. And you can understand that there was an explosion of emotion after the verdict came down.
ICW, are these your current verdicts?
After 3 years of waiting, Jennifer Johnson's family finally got what they wanted so badly: vindication. The man who kidnapped, raped, tortured, and murdered their Jennifer won't get away with it. In fact, 41-year-old Vincent Brown may pay with his life.
You will not hurt her no more, and you cannot hurt us no more, because we are fine. Justice is wonderful, and they did what they had to do. We got it.
A jury deliberated last night for 4 hours, then delivered their decision swiftly after 5 minutes of court this morning. The state made their case showing graphic photos, presenting physical evidence of sexual assault. Prosecutors say even the bottoms of Johnson's feet were bruised. But when the verdict came down, Brown was stone-faced.
They were staring right at him when they read the verdict, and his reaction was no remorse, no regrets, just very cold.
He needed to get what he deserved, because he didn't have to take the life of my daughter.
And Jennifer Johnson left behind a 5-year-old daughter, Janice Brown. Her grandmother is raising her. Live at downtown Tampa, I'm Carson Chambers, ABC Action News.
And that's what we're going to be talking about next. Batman, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay, so first of all, I want to congrats Serena Williams. Actually, it was Venus Williams, excuse me. It's Venus Williams that just got married to a white man. And I want to say congratulations to her for finally getting married. I know some of these black men are upset, but you can't get upset with a woman that's been dating black men for over 2 decades and never proposed to her. And now that a white man has stepped up and married Venus, now y'all want to get mad. I'm just sitting here like, y'all listen. Black men has been out here pushing interracial dating for black men for over more than a decade, right? You know, go out and date white woman, date you a Hispanic woman, Asian woman, go overseas, yada yada yada. And now that it's a black woman's turn and she's dating out, you guys want to call her a sellout, a bed wench, and all that stuff. And y'all, most of y'all are hypocritical. You guys are very hypocritical. You guys are hypocrites. And right now, there are black women that are exploring their options and dating other races of men, and you guys are mad about it. And I'm like, good, you guys should be mad about it because you never dated black women. You guys always put us down when it comes to our appearance. And You guys never want to marry us. You guys always make us baby mamas, and we're sick and tired of it. And we're going elsewhere, and we're finding love. So, and sorry, not Serena, but Venus Williams found that love. And so don't be mad about it. Oh, and Alex, did you saw this video of this one looking Hispanic girl, or she's mixed race or whatever, saying that she will not date black men again? And there is a white woman that also came out and said she will never date black men again.
No,
And
I haven't seen it.
yeah, you should look it up on TikTok. There's this videos going around of non-black women saying they will not date black men again because they're talking the same talking points as black women. And I already said this, like, black men, it's gonna be your turn when black non-black women say that they don't want to date you anymore, and now it's happening. So I really don't feel bad.
And I said this on Miss Elite's live stream that black men they have to fix our image. And I just saw someone leave a comment in the video that I uploaded about the passport bro that was arrested,
Oh
and he
yeah.
said it's rage bait, and that's how you know that black men's ego will always
Mhm.
destroy a black man. And that's how you know. It's when they leave comments such as like the comment he left.
I don't know if he's the same man that was dating that underage girl, cause and 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 we was discussing it on DJ's Torch channel that the girl that he was dating, she looked like she was underage, like 12 years old, 11 or 12 years old, and he was dating her, and I'm just like, dude, that's gross, that's disgusting. What in your right mind thinking that you want to date a child? Like, what is going on in your head that you want to date a child that's not even fully developed yet? Like, that's very disgusting.
Yeah, it is. It truly is, and that's where I want to get to. How do we talk to women and get to the women before the red pill manosphere starts dating them? And well, the men in the manosphere start dating them because now after seeing women going missing, after doing black femicide stories and the case stories, I legitimately have fear for the women who will run into them.
Yeah, there's a lot of feminine stories, but you also want to have these black women defending these type of black men, trying to protect them. And I'm like, why are you protecting a murderer? Why are you protecting a man that will do the same thing to you like he did that woman? Like, I never understood that. Like, so many black girls or black women have been brainwashed to protect black men specifically. Even if they get essayed, they were told to hush your mouth, don't say anything, because if you say anything, you're going to break up the family and stuff like that. We got to keep the community together. Does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah, yeah, it does. It actually does.
Yeah, and that's the part I don't get. Like, if a girl or a boy is being essayed in their own home by a man, then that's that mom's duty to protect that child over that man. You don't put your man over your children. Your children are your life. You gave birth to that children and you brought them to that world. It's your job to protect them. And if you refuse to protect them, you don't deserve to have kids. I wouldn't like if I had kids and this happened, I will throw that man under the jail. He will not get out, never. I will never protect a man that harms children, never.
Yeah, yeah, and and that's the thing of it too, because I saw a video of a young black girl. She's from Louisiana.
Mhm.
She you know she she was also being trafficked, and the and turns out that she was in Ohio. The older man took a teenage black girl to Ohio and started, doing things to her and stuff like that. That- And the thing of it is, it was a black man who did that.
I'm not surprised because you you have to understand we live in proximity of black men in the community that are predators that don't need to be around children. And it's always best for moms to have like some kind of app that detects predators in your area so you know who to look out for, because these predators are not supposed to be around schools and children and parks and stuff like that that involves children. And that's the only way you can protect your child. You can't if you know that there's a predator living in your area, because once these predators come out of prison, they go right back into the community where there are near schools and children parks, recreational centers, and stuff like that. We need to push these people out of the community. They are not allowed to come back. This is the only way we can make our community safe, if we push the people that have criminal records out of our community, point blank, period.
It, cyber is right. She says, but have uh, black women have to be protective instead of reactive. I I totally agree. I totally agree.
And this what
And that
makes Nicki Minaj very dangerous, because the way she spoke on Erica's Kirk, you would say turning point, is very disturbing. Like, how in the world are you going around telling a bunch of white folks that black women are using their beauty to make white women feel insecure? Like, what in the hell are you talking about? White women are insecure about black women's beauty is because they're jealous. They don't expect black women to outlook them or dress nice and get attention from guys. They expect black women to be a stereotype because they were told most of their lives that black women are ghetto, we're ugly, and all that stuff. Mm. And once they look at black women and they don't see that, then their insecurity starts to kick in. And for Nicki Minaj to actually go and say those things, and that is very harmful for black women because she's making it seems like we're jealous when it's the other way around. And this is why we cannot have tethers like her speaking behalf of the black community because she is not a black American woman. She is from Trinidad. She should speak on Trinidad, not on the black community. Leave the black community alone. Don't speak on us. For you to be joining MAGA against the interest, not only against the black community, but your own community, the Trinidadian community that lives right here in the States, they're going to get the same treatment as black Americans. They are not going to have no protection in America once they try to get rid of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. They're going to try to get rid of it because they want to get rid of the protection of mostly black people. So for her to go and advocate with MAGA is stupid. And I'm glad that she's losing followers. And I hope her music falls down on the charts. I really do because what she did was very dangerous. And I don't trust Nicki Minaj at all. Not at all.
Oh, my bad. I apologize, but
Hmm.
here's the thing. I don't trust Nicki Minaj at all, and the only song I found that was good, the only song that was good of hers was Starships. You know, and that was it. And all of the rest of her music was a little bit mid to me. But and and not only that, but she came for Meg the Stallion too. I'll never forget that.
Hmm.
But
Did forget that Meg the Stallion made fun of including Meg the Stallion, and she doesn't know that to me is a sign that I don't trust. I really don't trust her. She's been acting weird lately. I believe she has mental illness and she needs to go get help because right now everybody in the music industry is against her. And I can see why because Nicki Minaj is not all there in the head. She's not.
and yeah, cyber commented, um and she says, I don't think it's that. I think it's because they know black women or are at least protected, or the least protected group of women. Yeah, that's true. Black women are the least protected group of women. And yeah, and here's the thing. Diamond and Cyber, have y'all ever noticed and because have y'all ever noticed that ever since the red pill came out, there have been more disappearances of black women and girls, and there has been more black femicide happening.
I think that happened. That happened more when Trump came into office. That's when they start to get emboldened into um, killing and kidnapping black women and girls. And I think if okay, so if there's so-called good black men in the community, they need to step up and get rid of the so-called black. They need to stand up to the red pill men that's in the community and let them know we're not going to tolerate your shit here. If you're going to stay here and be dysfunctional, then you need to leave the community because we're not going to have that here. Either you're going to do something productive in the community and do your due diligence, or you can leave the community and you can rent all day and all night about black women and girls. But you're not about to do that in this community. They need to give those type of men an ultimatum. Or
Happy
we're
New Year, Alex.
Happy New Year,
Hey,
Cyber.
Miss Betterment. I came up here to
Mhm.
give you a little pushback, just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, I think that we should have a. It's time for Black women to have a different approach when it comes to other nation women. When you said jealous, I don't think white women can care less about whether Black women are jealous or they're jealous of Black women. We can look throughout society, and it proves that white women aren't jealous of Black women. Um, and I think that notion comes from our programming, from all of the years of Black people saying, "Oh, she's jealous of you," stuff like that. Preferably Black men. And I think once we start having a different approach to other nations of women, um, our mindsets would change. Just the notion that you know our subconscious thoughts would think, "Oh, she's jealous of me," and not trust this woman because she's non-Black. It is a detriment to Black women because if you look throughout the history, white women are actually our allies, and they fight for women. We in a time now where race doesn't matter. We in a sex right now. We looking at sexism at the forefront, discriminating against women. Period. And I think we should have a different approach to this. And Nicki Minaj is a paid. Those white women aren't taking her serious because she married a convicted felon. They just gave her a platform to embarrass herself.
And to me, I'm gonna push you back a little bit, Cyber, because not all white women are for black women. Yes, there are white women that can be allies to black women, but it's not too many of them. And you can see it on the internet about um and some of these white women admit that they are jealous of black women, and it's not because of how not just because how we look, it's because of our characteristics, how we carry ourselves spiritually and emotionally, and they want that. But when you come from a background of privilege and and everything is handed to you in a silver platter, you're not going to feel that same emotions as a black woman, because black woman, we had to work hard to get where we at, and
Well,
nothing is headed down to us. But what white women can do, they can use their privilege to help us out, and that's the way they can, be allies to black women.
well, if I see, I put jealousy in its right context. I'm not negating that it's there. I'm saying it's not as important to black women now. Maybe in the 90s we can say that, but because we have this certain premises, this presidency that's in place now, we have to have a different approach, because what's coming down the pipeline affects white women, Asian women, Hispanic women, and also black women, right?
Mhm.
We've also seen a lot of these women coming out speaking about the infant mortality rates of black women, right?
Mhm.
We've seen an influx of white women actually getting turned away as well. So
Mhm.
I want to. The reason why I said that is because we're in 2026, and our approach has to be different than what we did. The the
Mhm.
the way we spoke 10 years ago, it cannot be the way we speak now. That's all I'm saying.
But here's what I'm saying though. Like, we can face the same problems as women, such as, birthright and all that. However, if you look at the statistics of who white women vote for, most of them vote for Trump. And to see it at like a little bit over 60%, it just shows me that they're not for women of color, including black women.
I think
And
voted, what was it, 52% white women voted for Trump?
it's near 60.
Was it 52 or 57?
I gotta look that up. Let me look that up.
I mean, we get that. I mean, I get that. But I'm banking on the other 43% of women, right?
Hmm.
Those women, we see it now. We have, you been seeing the trend of these white women that stay at home wives, right? They look like they MAGA, and their husbands are leaving them with nothing. They are even waking up, right? So because
Hmm.
it's going to come down to women rights. That's it. That's
Hmm.
why I'm having a different approach. I'm having a different mindset. It's going to come down to women's rights, period. Those women are left with nothing, and they're going viral online. They evangelicals, they part of the nationalism, whatever, and they white women who 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 brought into the propaganda of happy wife, happy life, home, stay at home mom, white nationalists, we supreme. They brought into it. Yes, I agree. They brought into it. Just like a lot of black women are buying into this pro black, we the people. It's
Hmm.
time for women across this country, right, to have a different approach. I think once we see the aftermath of this Brazil thing, I think we should be
Hmm.
taking notes. And I think once we see the aftermath, let's see what those Brazilian women do, because this arrest over there in Brazil, I don't think it's the end and be all. I hope they have some type of movement. And the only thing about black women, we don't stick to nothing. We start trends and the trend goes, right. So I think
Hmm.
we should start taking notes on what's going to happen and follow that case very, very closely, uh, and see what happens, because you know, South Korea had a blueprint. They started the 4B, and then we picked it up, but you don't hear anything else about that.
No. Mm-mm.
So I think I think The different approach and different mindset is needed for Black women to shake up. Because if you take race out of it, because you got to understand, if you say white women are jealous, that means you're low key discriminative, right? You're discriminating against a whole other race of people, and I don't know. I'm just little old me, and the last couple of days, I've realized that Black women, we're gonna need allyship, and and we got too many stab you in the back Black women in this space that we can never get nothing done. So I think we it's time for us to outsource out elsewhere and not even care about whether she's jealous. The jealousy comes in because of the triangulation between the Black man and his preference. That's the only tangible truth jealousy has.
But I'm going at it as a historical point of view.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but we had, white women had the suffrage movement, so it's not like white women were just as, even though they were above everyone else, they suffered too. So I don't see, I don't get where you saying historical references.
Here's the thing. They they did suffer, but how much did they suffer? They didn't suffer, on the same level as black women. They
So let
suffered because
me ask you this then:
they
are we gauging what suffering is more? Is still suffering.
I understand, but what level of suffering did they actually face? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they didn't suffer at all. I'm just saying, like, they come from a background of privilege, most of them, to
That's
the
in
point.
this country, though. See, if you want to go historically, white
Mhm.
women was sold in slavery too. If you want to go tit for tat, white women have suffered on this planet as well.
But what I'm saying, in this country,
Okay,
that like white women come from a background of privilege. I'm not saying they never suffer at all, that nothing ever happens to them. I'm just saying that they what I'm trying to say is that they still come from a background of privileges. They uh they were still being taken care of. They can still have an education, um uh paid for, and all that stuff, while as black women we have to work hard for it, because think about it, most black women, our education doesn't we had to pay for our own education, or we had to take out loans to pay for our education. Most of our parents did not come from a wealthy background, and that's what the type of differences I'm trying to make here. I'm not saying whose struggle was greater than the other. I'm just pointing out historical facts.
historically, only white men were allowed to go to universities, right, in this country.
Yeah, but then later on, white women were able to go to school, and back then education was free. Education was free back then. Now, fast forwarding to today, everyone has to pay for their education, and there there is a generational gap between white and black.
And what happened to cyber?
I don't know. Did she drop out?
Hang on,
Wait till she comes back and then you bring her in. But my whole thing is that white women been having privileges in this country for over 200 years. And most of them failed to use their privileges to help black women and other women of color. I'm not saying that there's white women that's not out there feeling sympathy for black women. I'm just saying, like, why is most black women still in this position? Why are 400,000 black women lost their jobs? Over 400,000 black women lost their jobs. And no one did not step in to stop black women from losing their jobs. So I'm just wondering, you know, the privilege of it all. I know there's white women losing their jobs, but black women are losing their jobs at a higher rate. And that's the difference. Because DEI affects everybody. Once you got rid of DEI, then you see more people of color, black men and black women losing their jobs more at a higher rate. So I don't know, I don't understand, I get what Cyber is saying, that women should, work together, but I don't see it happening. Because if that was the case, then we wouldn't. If that was the case, Roe versus Wade will still be here, but it's not here because white women voted against their own interests, and now most of them are regretting it now, but it's too late. They should have fought to keep Roe versus Wade in place. So this is how women are suffering today, is because white women did not stand up to keep Roe versus Wade and other productive rights in place. So I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I I mean, I agree with some of the things you said, but I also agree with Cyber too. And I believe that this year in the midterms we have a chance to change that. And I believe that in real time, in real time, I agree. I believe that eventually, pe- eventually, we may change stuff around. You you know, but they have to be rebuilt from the ground up. And I agree with Cyber that you know when because if you think about betterment, black black men, they participated in women fighting each other and stuff like that.
But
And that's what I realized.
here's the thing. Black women try to tell other groups of women about black men and their behavior. But these women ignored what black women have to say and told us that we were jealous. And when it's happening to them, now they're speaking out against black men, saying they don't want to date them anymore when we try to tell them about their behavior. So they did this against their own selves. And whether or not white women wants to come together with black women is yet to be known because I haven't seen it yet. So if they're going to bring back another protection for women's for rights of women for all women, then I want to see that. But other than that, I know they having regrets now, but I do not see them coming together with women of other races. I really don't see it. I know there are a few white women that are coming together with us to fight this, but it's not a whole lot of them.
Yeah, and I understand. I truly understand. But we we can at least give those who want to, combat what's going on. We can give them a chance, you know. And also, when it comes to how, the narcissistic black man, when it comes to them, we can tell the white women um, about the behaviors of the narcissistic black man who who wants to put women against each other. We
Yeah,
can,
we
yeah,
already discussed that. However, the only way I would trust a white woman from the MAGA side if she apologizes to women. That's the only way that I can trust her. But if she doesn't apologize and not sorry for what she did, then I don't trust her. I really don't.
I completely understand.
Hmm.
Um, and I want to go ahead. I want to say this, because like again, um, I believe that in the future, there will be. I bel I believe that, and not only that, that leads into the red pill as well, because the red pill puts women against each other too.
I
So yeah,
like okay, we know that the red pill pen against women, but that's not. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon because that we still have women, no matter the race, that will still be male centered, and they're going to have to change that. Like we can educate women all they want about the dangers of men's male psychology, but if they continue to be male worshippers and still defend men that are pedos or have a criminal record or doing harm to the community, there's nothing much we can do. So I don't know what to say. But I'm gonna go ahead and go. There is another streamer that I have to catch up with. I talk to you. Make email me your Patreon, Alex, because I have a Patreon too. So because I want to pay for the membership.
okay,
All right, I'll see you
okay.
later.
I um,
All right,
yeah,
bye.
I'm about to go ahead and end the live stream as well. I want to thank y'all for coming. Um, this has been a real interesting conversation. Um, and like I said, um, next Saturday um, I'm going to go live on the on Jennifer Johnson's story, and this summer I will be doing live streams on TikTok, and like I said, pretty soon I'll be dropping the link to the Patreon and stuff like that. But yeah, I want to thank everyone for coming. Make sure to like the live stream, leave a comment if you want, and also subscribe to the channel and make sure you're notified whenever I go live. This is Alexander signing off, and until next time, peace. Hang on, everyone. I'm still trying to find the. On the outro. Here we go.